I'm often asked a very similar question over and over and over again, and that is, how frequently should I follow up? And my answer is the same, and that is, well, how many additional transactions do you want? And then usually the next thing is said is something like, well, I don't want to be a stalker. I don't want to be annoying. I'm like, good. I don't want you to be annoying either. So let's dissect that a little bit. What I do want you to do is I want your follow-up to be interesting and exciting and relevant to your customer base. 90% of the people that you have in your database are probably not considering a transaction at that time. They have to know you. They have to trust you. They have to believe what you're telling them is credible, and you have to pour a lot of energy into maintaining a relationship. What I have my individual contributors do, and then also my teams do, is I have them maintain an outreach calendar. Most CRM programs that you're going to participate in are going to give you some sort of a tickler file that says, all right, well, you should probably reach out to this person every 90 days, every 30 days, every 20 days. But the truth is that everybody is kind of at a different place in their buying cycle. But I am not just concerned about their buying cycle. What I'm concerned about is getting repeat and referral business. If you're not maximizing your repeat and referral business, it's probably because you're not in a deep of enough relationship with the people that are in that 90% category who are underneath that transaction motivation line. So you're being able to reach out regularly and consistently is going to help you do that. Okay, so here I go again, another kick with the calendar. Why the calendar? Why the calendar? Because you got to be consistent. In any relationship, you've got to show up on a regular basis and you have to deliver value on a regular basis. If you're not putting together a calendar that says, I am going to do this twice a month without fail, I'm going to do this once a week without fail, and create a standard for yourself, it's going to be really difficult for you to measure your consistency. And if you're not consistent, this program is not going to work. You're not going to get repeat and referral customers. What will happen is the relationship is going to slide off, and it's going to slide off because you're taking most of your energy and you're doing other things that are not maintaining the relationship. Now, those things might be very important. You might be in transactions and you might be generating money. I'm not saying that's bad. Maybe you're really focused on the top 10% of the people in your database who, in fact, are transacting and they're generating money. I got it. But all of your future money is in the relationships that are below that 90%. You got to be consistent, put it on the calendar, and drive yourself to do it. Now, the next thing is, why is somebody going to listen to my content? Well, because it's relevant to what their needs and their wants are. The low-hanging fruit in these topics is really simple. Anything that has to do with real estate, their specific home, or anything that has to do with enhancing either the value of real estate or utility of real estate, and specifically around the home, the neighborhood that they currently live in. Super low-hanging fruit. And of course, the other is lifestyle. What are these people doing? What sort of demographic have you been selling to over the last 2 years or 3 years or 5 years? What are the things that they're interested in? Do they have kids? Is there soccer practice, pets, all these things? Now, here's the thing. The reason why you're not going to be a stalker and the reason why you're going to be interesting is you're curating better content that's interesting, and then people want to plug into that. They want to know what you think about things. I'm not asking you to elevate yourself to celebrity status, but on the other side of the coin, I want people to tune into you. Will they tune into what you have to say? Is your message interesting enough? Is it captivating enough to actually pull them in? Are they going to remember you? Are you memorable? Are you adding value? And so if your content is really interesting, it's going to drive traffic, it's going to drive more views, and it's going to keep you at top of mind awareness with your current customer base. It's also going to make you much more comfortable that when it comes time to ask for a referral, and you're excited about your industry and you're on top of what's going on in someone's neighborhood or in real estate, generally speaking, then guess what? You're an attractive person who's well-informed and you're excited about what's going on. In fact, so much so that I want to share it with you. All right, lastly, what I want to talk about is the mechanics of actual outreach. And so, there's an unlimited number of methodologies out there, MailChimp or any number of other mass email type things. Hey, I'm pushing email. Well, that's fine, but the truth of the matter is it really effective? You're really maybe just loading up somebody's inbox, and we all have way too many emails already. Now, does that mean I don't want to hit the mailbox? Heck yeah, I definitely want to hit the email box, but I also want to do it in concert with a variety of other things that I need to accomplish. I would consider taking your content and migrating it over into a blog environment if you haven't already done that. If somebody else is running your website and there's a blog plugin in there, which I guarantee there is, and it's not being utilized, you're really missing out on great opportunity to not just archive all the information that you've been developing over time in your content, but you can push it directly out of your website into social media. You can push it directly into people's inbox in their email. It's going to create a little bit more efficiency. And then also the hope is it's driving traffic back to your website. If you've been in the business for any period of time and you might want to take a look at your website and with a fresh set of eyes. Most every real estate website that I've looked at in the last 20 years is the same type thing. It's a landing page, search for properties. Well, guess what? Probably someone's not going to go to an individual realtor's website to search for properties. The odds are much more better. They're going to use Zillow, they're going to use Redfin, they're going to use Realtor.com, they're going to use some other app in order to achieve that result, particularly with all the money now that's being spent on lead generation machines that are out there, including Zillow, but not limited to. There's just a bunch of them now. So who's going to go to your individual website to search for a property? The answer is nobody. So why are you trying to make that like a reality? It's not reality, but we're trying to change. Well, if I maybe did that, they're not going to show up to your website. Here's why they might show up to your website, because the content that you're producing is really interesting. It's exciting. They'd like to share it with someone, and they'd like to maybe talk to somebody else about it. Maybe they'll share it. Take a look at your website. Take a look at your blog, your blog plugin. If you're not utilizing that stuff, for gosh sakes, figure it out. WordPress is not that difficult, and there's a lot of other website type protocols out there that are even easier.
Please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget, visit our website and schedule your free 30-minute evaluation.